Welcome back to Dum-Dums and Dragons, where improvisers who've never roleplayed before journey into the world of Dungeons and Dragons. I am the Grand Wizard Bukake, your host. Our heroes have assaulted Manny's bastion and found themselves ambushed in return. Butthole and Moonhammer have engaged Manny, while Juniper watches the door, and Reginald searches for contract loopholes alongside Quinny, if the halfling can ever get away from the battle. Can any of them survive a fight where Manny has every advantage? Find out next on Dum-Dums and Dragons.
With more enemies descending from the ceiling, Dum-Dums, you are in dire straits as you battle the one of many faces, Yevgenovich, soon to be Bucky, but not really. We secretly know what's up. More superpowered henchmen and a bunch of clerks who aren't even supposed to be here today. As time unfreezes, Sun Scythe just starts raining blows on Yevgenovich, and that fight just kind of continues up on the second floor. Beautiful duel of chainsaws and godly blades as the two of them duke it out. We are at the top of the round with Quinny.
Yeah. Let me see about my cunning action. Okay, so as a bonus action, I'm going to disengage. So safely get away from Manny.
That's fine. He's mostly focused on the lady who farted in his face and then clocked him in the jaw with two hammers. That's a pretty big concern for him right now.
Great. I'm going to run over to the scroll where... I guess, do you think you pulled off the ring for flavor just as like a joke, or are you visible now?
He probably would have put it back on right. It was literally just because Sunscythe was like, where do I go? So I think it was like off point, back on. Like it's not a...
Actually, I can make it a moot point by using my Eye of True Sight again. I can see invisible creatures and objects when I have True Sight on. So I can see Reginald. But I'm also looking around. Are there any invisible documents? Shit that Manny really doesn't want anyone seeing.
Not unlike a stack of porno mags, there are a bunch of invisible things under the seat of his throne.
Okay, so I'm going to start making my way up the spiral stairs.
Great. I assume you're springing and striding?
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
It's very silly in this highly climactic moment, but so is like surfboarding on a shield. Like anything's possible. Okay, great. So you are making your way up the central column. Fantastic. Butthole.
Yes. Okay, I'm engaged with Manny. Quinny got away, which is good. We've got a bunch of weirdos charging us and people coming down from the ceiling. I'm imagining there is nowhere I can set off a 10-foot wide, 40 high diameter thing, catch people in fire.
You could catch a bunch of the clerks. They've all just dropped down, but they haven't started moving yet. So I think we would say, as this is all happening concurrently, it's like they're leaping down to the ground and you're just like, over there.
Great. Yeah. So what I'm going to do then, I've got to take an attack of opportunity either way, but I would rather take an attack of opportunity and then not still be stuck in close combat. So, because I'm casting a spell either way. So I will like back away with the shield forwards, like dodge away from Manny, and then summon something. But let's see if I get hit on my way back.
What's your AC?
23 now that I have my shield.
23. Yes, he will hit, unfortunately. He gets through by a couple. So that is going to be... 20 points of damage. As you start to step away, and he just says, "No!" and he throws a lance of light through, like it kind of forms into an ice spear as he tosses it, and it cracks into your back as you step away. Knocks a tooth off the edge of your shield.
And then Butthole, not realizing that this is what his brother would also say in this situation, he goes, "Hey, fuck you!" and
runs in the family.
His spiritual hammer will lash out and take a shot at Manny because it's still floating around there.
Okay.
That's a bonus. That's a bonus action to instruct it, and that is a 19 to hit.
19. Yes, that will hit.
Dope. That will do. That will do 13 damage because I rolled another 1 on my 2d8s. So just living the fucking dream on that front. And now he is heavily injured. So he was originally intending to cast a certain spell, but now he is going to cast something else. He is going to cast Cure Wounds on himself. He's just going to touch himself. Not in the way that sounds. He touches himself, but I think basically he'll like raise Moonhammer's, like the Moonlight Bringer above his head and just yell, "I have the power of force majeure!" And it just like he'll fart, it'll circle around him and like a beautiful swirl around himself and the weapon. And he will heal himself for, I'm going to cast this at level 5.
Oh, damn.
The power of force measure.
It's what he renamed his.
I know, but like, what does he mean by that exactly?
Well, first of all, he only knows that it's a name legally.
Okay,
but that's also force majeure. I believe is an act of God. So this is also incredibly pertinent.
Gotcha. Okay.
And he will heal himself for 49 health points.
Woohoo! Man, I thought about not using that reaction so I'd have a counterspell kicking around. This would have been the time. Instead, I had to throw a spear at you like a fucking chump.
All right,
Manny
so now he
continues to be a scrub.
Now, Butthole has gone from like freezing and heavily injured back to 100% fresh, ready to face off against, I guess, clerical staff. It doesn't feel heroic, but it's what he's doing.
Look out, they're just doing their job.
He's just so glad when he lowers force majeure that he can just kill them all and not have to feel bad about it because there'll be Moonhammers when he wins.
Sure.
He also has to win. He's aware, but he's determined.
Juniper.
I think I would like to clock the guys that are coming down that have come down and haven't acted yet. And I would like to cast Moonbeam. So it's a 10 meters in diameter. So however many I can get in there.
We'll say that this gets the guys
meters
are still
or feet.
Feet. Did I say meters?
Okay. Yeah, I was just like, that is the best spell in the world.
10 meters would be fucking amazing. No.
You got to earn that. You got to earn the metric. All right, so that can definitely capture the two that are still falling.
Super.
Unfortunately, you'll also get Bucky.
Oh no! But I don't know that, do I?
You've never met Bucky. Bucky was before your time, I believe.
Well, I mean, a version of Bucky. No, I met Bucky.
Oh, you met Bucky? I can't keep track of who you know.
But you also are unaware that... Oh, no, you do know Bucky's good. I mean, honestly, these other two people are real spoopy, so I think it's probably worth hurting Bucky. Also, like, I don't know, Butthole can bring him back to life at worst.
Don't blow up his head.
The person most willing for you to harm Bucky in this scenario would likely be Bucky.
Look, I have to do something. I can't hit Manny because I can't hit Moonhammer because there's a lot riding on getting her back home. So sorry, Bucky, I got to do fucking something.
This makes a lot of sense. This is good.
I mean, I'm going to kill you.
So I'll cast that at third.
Yeah.
I'll cast that at third level. So I yell, "Light of the moon, protect me!" And a 40-foot high cylinder, based on those guys, then basically appears of bright moonlight, which will not hurt them until they move. So there you go.
They're drifting all the way to the ground, so they've got 5 stories of pain ahead of them.
Yes.
You just hear Moonhammer from up on the I guess I said second floor, but I think I probably meant third. I'm so vertical fights. I keep writing them. I don't know why.
I don't know, man.
Up on
they're great, but
yeah. You just hear Sunscythe yell like, "Hey sis, how come you can't do that?"
The moonlight thing?
Yeah, isn't that kind of your deal?
Well, I don't have magic.
Oh yeah, fuck magic, and he just like keeps slashing away at the chainsaws. All right, so cool, good play there, Juniper. You just hear Old West Moss in your head be like, "Well, hey, that's nifty." Then we cut to Vex. Vex does what Vex does with her endless array of chaotic magic. She attempts to throw a fireball. Unfortunately, as she throws her fists forward, instead butterflies come out of her hands, and she just goes like, "Wild magic." I really should have not wasted so many of these on fun stuff. And then she looks at the sword and she's like, well, time to stab. She just runs at these clerks, like dragging the sword behind her, not really being too good with it. Moonhammer, you are locked in mortal combat with Manny. You've farted in his face. You've clocked him twice with hammers. Butthole has gotten free. Currently, it's just you and Manny facing off. What do you do?
Okay. I want to like jump up and get my legs kind of like around his head, like in some sort of, what's that wrestling move when you kind of like flip them upside down when you're like
a suplex?
I think so, where you like get your legs around their head and then you kind of bring them to the ground, and I want to punch him in the head with my hammer.
Yeah, just rain hammers.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, I love that. Okay, so go ahead and if you could make me an athletics check, please. And you will be doing this with advantage because you're raging. So you are extra good at physical things. He is not great at resisting this, so roll almost anything and you'll be fine.
Okay, well, I got 14, right? Because you have to do the best roll and then +5. Yes,
that's correct.
Okay. Yeah.
Cool. So like not the absolute best, but enough to beat him by 1. So you get up there and he's like, no. And then you just flip him over. And now you can go ahead with your rain of hammers. Our usual attacks. Let's say D20, roll twice, pick the best one, and add 9. All advantage all the time on Team Moonhammer.
It is 26.
Oh, Christ. All right, then roll your other one. Oh, to hit. I'm sorry, I thought that was your damage. I was terrified. Cool. Yeah, that definitely hits. And then you're going to roll a D12 and add 8.
Okay, that's 20.
Out of the frying pan, says I.
That's fantastic.
Fantastic. And then you get your second attack. So just like first one, you just feel satisfying crunch as like part of his crown like spikes into the top of his head. And he's just like, my crown, it's really expensive. Go ahead with your second attack.
Can I like flip him over so I'm like sitting on his face and just like fart into his mouth, like blow out the back of his head?
You're going for like a farting headshot.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, I'll allow it. Why not?
Jesus.
Sunday night, we can do what we want.
Okay, sweet. I roll twice, right? And
and pick the best one.
Okay.
And then add 9.
Right. Okay. So 27.
Yep, that'll hit. And D12 plus 8.
Let's see how much fart you can put in his mouth.
So that's 15.
That is a lot of fart. That is a significant amount of fart doing internal lung and mouth damage.
That is not great.
On my anus butter.
How many of these do you have? Oh my god.
So, I can taste these.
His head, his face inverts and the back of his head blows out. And suddenly you feel his whole form kind of tremble and shift. And suddenly you get booted off him by a leg where his face was. His face appears at the other end, kind of like poking out of his robe. He like twists his robe around and just fucking vomits. Just like his face is just caught in like the grin of someone trapped in a stinky elevator. As he struggles to his feet, and he just says, "Who are you people? I'm the king of hell, and I think this is too much."
I don't know. You look like a toilet to me, yells Butthole from where he's
Hey, shut up! He points and just yells petulantly. Such a wiener. All right, Reginald.
All right, Reginald is invisible, and he is just reading more shit. Wherever he's useful, he's the only piece so mission-oriented.
All right, so you run to another stack and begin reading. Go ahead and roll that investigation, please.
All righty. That is a dirty 20.
Yeah, man, that'll do. Second check complete. It is an ancient treatise on lying in contracts and why it's bad. It's written very simply. It's actually really refreshing in a law library to just read something that's like, yeah, it's bad, don't do it. Like, there's no Latin. It's just is what it is. All right. Cool. So good round there, Reggie. Ruh-roh. It's Manny's turn. Oh boy. So he's hurting a little bit here. Moonhammer, you're really putting him through his paces, and he is not loving that. So he just kind of points at your feet and just says, hey, you got something on your foot. And he's going to open a dimension door. Let me just double check how that works so I don't fuck it up.
Do you want me to tell you how it works?
It's just got to be him. So in that case, he'll point at his own feet and be like, "I got something on my foot," and then he just drops through the floor, and he's going to reappear at the top of the fifth ring, and he's just going to yell, "Get him!" Just point generally at all of you, and be like, "Your king demands it. Kill them all." Contract breakers. And the clerks are like, "Oh, no, you can't break contracts." As like some of them are like burning in the sky. Speaking of, let's see what happens to the guys who are falling. Laura, what's the moonbeam?
So they're going to make a con saving throw, DC 15.
Okay, neither of them do because I rolled 2 3s.
Okay, they're going to each take 24 points of radiant damage.
Okay.
I rolled a 10, a 9, and a 5 on D10s. So
they are like screaming. Canon Fodder is particularly his skin is regenerating as he burns, but like it's still causing like core damage. So it's a lot of like, "Oh, this is new. Oh, this is unpleasant. I don't care for this. We're falling so slowly. Can you turn it off?" And Ambrick is like, "That's not how it works. We have to wait until we hit the ground before we can get out. So just suck it up and just hold on to your internal organs like I am, and just as best you can." And they just continue to drift, burning. Yes. So they drop one layer down. There's literally nothing these guys can do to fall faster. So I think they're just
they
gonna
fall at
die.
like 5 feet, right?
Yeah, I think they're just gonna die. Yevgenovich like aimed when he jumped out of the thing. They did not. So that's a bummer for them.
Yay.
All right. Clerks. So there are 8 clerks on the ground. 4 of them are going to rush Moonhammer. 4 of them are going to rush Butthole. Quinny, you're still on the ground floor, right?
I'm making my way up the spiral stairs.
Okay, so 2 of them on Moonhammer. 2 of them are going to chase you up the stairs, and the remaining 4 are going to rush at Butthole. And Butthole, your AC is 20. You said
23.
In a twist that will shock no one, the armed clerks fail to hit the armed warrior. Moonhammer, what is your AC?
15.
They also failed to hit Moonhammer. Okay, 2 guys are chasing up the stairs. They're not in range yet, so fuck me. That was a worthless round of them. Sunscythe and Yevgenovich continue to duel. Sunscythe gets the upper hand and lops one of Yevgenovich's hands off. The chainsaw goes swinging off the balcony, bounces off the column above your head, Quinny, and then kind of bounces to the ground where it breaks. And Yevgenovich is just like, need more blades. Top of the round. There is a sound of thunder in the distance, and the glass begins to rattle, and you just hear a voice yelling, "Lawyer!" And one of the walls explodes as Captain Plantier arrives, crashes through a wall, blows up a clerk that was going to fight Vex. And just comes to, like, he's still trying to do the Iron Man thing, but he can't really when you come in directly sideways. So he's actually just kind of like tangled up in guts, and he's just like, haha, I am here for a lawyer. And wait, Honey Snookums? Damn it! He is here. He is confused, and he deserves to be punched. Top of the round, Quinny.
I'm going to cast Mirror Image on myself. So now I have 3 clones that mimic my movement and help obscure where I really am. And instead of taking the stairs like around this throne thing, I'm just going to start like skipping levels. I just want to jump up to the next level.
Sure.
So I'm gonna have to...
you reach the throne on this turn.
Great. Now, I think I reached the top, and I'm like, haha, and I see that Manny is actually up around here. I'm like, shit, where the... I thought he was down there.
And he's like, haha. He's also confused because he didn't know you could jump. There's a lot of pointing. It's the Spider-Man double point of just like, you, me,
Great.
you.
I'm gonna grab the documents.
Great. Do you read them?
If I can.
Yeah. So taking a quick glance, you realize that Manny himself has been doing some research into the error that Ryan pointed out earlier. By becoming the god of all devil's bargains, he is on the hook for a lot of fucking miracles. Because all the people granting these things need to draw their power from somewhere, and he didn't realize that part of the deal was that he had to help. So you realize he's actually constantly power tapped a little bit. So a little alarming that this is him on a power drain, but like nice to have. But it's also very clear evidence that he is subject to all of the flaws of all the contracts. And as Xanthus proved, a lot of those contracts are kind of bullshit. I'm going to give you 2 successes for finding the hidden documents towards your cycle. You are currently
4? 1
check mark away from being able to break the contracts and making Manny vulnerable.
Okay.
He's like, hey, put those back.
I said, you come near me, and I cast Burning Hands.
Okay.
You stay over there, I won't.
Okay.
I was to say 3 Quinnies say that.
Yeah.
But only one of them holds pages.
No, like they all dress the same. So like I would pick it up, and then it's like an illusory version of them also have it in their hands now.
Ah.
Yeah.
Which one is it?
It's like one of me is holding a sword, and it's like, well, okay, I think I know who it is.
One of you has clothes.
Yeah.
It's the swordless guy, right?
Yeah, Quinny like does a spin, so it's not just like there are 3 of them, but one's right beside the throne.
Amazing. Okay. Butthole.
All right, Butthole's surrounded by 4 guys. He is going to cast Hammer Guardians at level 4. He's just going to fart out a bunch of Hammer Guardians. So like, that probably gives them attacks of opportunity while he stands there farting dramatically.
I mean, yeah, it does. But based on their previous track record of hitting literally no one on 6 attacks, will this be their day? No. Yeah, no.
Okay, perfect. So just and he goes, I need to impress my future bride, and he just farts out a bunch of hammers, and so all of the ones around him all have to pass a DC 17 Wisdom save.
All right.
All
The
right.
intelligence bookworm fellas do not.
All right.
I'm
They
rolling
each-
like 3s and 10s and 5s when it's like all of the weak guys, and with Manny it's like nothing but 19s. Like, I don't want it.
All right, so that is 18 radiant damage to all 4 of them.
Okay. So the Hammer Guardians start smacking away, and as they do so, one of them's like, "Oh, I read about these. I believe they have particularly strong effects against." Oh dear! And the hammers just fucking annihilate them. They all take double from radiant, and they are pulverized.
Awesome. So then Butthole would like to do a congratulatory lap around the bottom ring, just circling around Moonhammer and the guys going up the stairs, just letting the hammers hit everybody.
I'm gonna save you some time and just say we get rid of the clerks who literally can't seem to do anything anyway, and I'm tired of rolling for them, so fuck them. Hammers all the way down. As this is happening, Bunny Hops is just kind of watching from the door, and he turns to the lawyer and he says, we shouldn't tell him that if he's using magic hammers to kill them, that their souls don't go to Moonhammer, right?" And the lawyer's like, "I do not think that would be wise. No, we just let him have this. I think he really needs it." And they're like, "Yay!" All right.
And there was much rejoicing. Yes.
Yeah. Speaking of rejoicing, Juniper.
Yeah. Hey. So we still got assholes in the moonbeam, right?
Yep.
Those
They're
two
just going
guys?
to continue to. Basically, I think I can safely say if you just keep that moonbeam there, they will likely die.
Yeah. No, that's cool. All right. I'm on the. Is there anyone else left on the first floor?
No, Manny's up on the 5th floor. Captain Plantier is on the 2nd.
And I killed everyone who's fighting us on the first.
And Captain Plantier killed
oblivion.
one of the remaining people who's on the 2nd floor. And I think we can safely say Vex takes out the other one. So she does. She gets a critical. So fuck me. Goodbye forever, clerks. You underpowered minion folk.
Then I think I'll just leave my moonbeam there. Just the nice thing is because it's like a cylinder, I'll still be able to see it when I run up to the 2nd floor, which makes me really happy. So I think I will go up and like kind of like approach Captain Plantier and take a moment like and just keep going up to the 3rd floor.
And he just waves. He's like, "Always nice to see a fan."
Because I was scared.
Yeah, he doesn't read it that way. No. He thinks he's very impressive.
Yeah, like we don't.
Guts.
Yeah,
you're a nature paladin. I'm sure he's like, "Oh yeah, trees. I get it."
Yeah,
yeah, so true, right?
It's like game recognized game.
Can I make it up to the top? How far?
So you were
how closer? I was on the 1st floor.
You're on the 1st floor. We'll say you are on the 3rd. So you're technically on the floor now that Yevgenovich and Sunscythe are fighting at, but you're not engaged in that. They're just doing their duel of the fates over there.
Okay. I mean,
unless you want to jump in, you certainly can.
Yeah. I mean, like, yeah. Moonhammer's gonna need Sunscythe. You can't lose that. So I'm gonna come in swinging with my sword.
Cool. Go ahead.
Poor sweet Yevgenovich.
Get advantage because he's engaged in combat.
On both attacks?
Yeah. Are you going for non-lethal or for lethal damage?
I want to go for non-lethal because like I want to put him down, but like I want him to survive.
Yeah,
I would rather not pulver. I could knock him out
like smack him around with a broadsword.
Yeah.
Sure. Laura, can you roll me an insight check, please?
Yeah, totally. Ooh, that wasn't good. 7.
Cool. Go smack him with your sword.
All right.
Your insight is he needs to be hit with a sword twice.
Twice. So I get advantage on both hits?
Yep.
Okay, that's wild. Okay. So the first one is 27 to hit.
Yeah.
And good. The second one is 22 to hit.
Yep.
Okay.
Unsurprisingly, the small naked man, fairly easy to hit with a sword.
Let's see. This is two-handed strike. So we're gonna do the first one is 4 damage.
Laura, lean back from your mic a hair.
Sorry. We got 4 slashing damage plus 2 radiant damage on the first one, and then 10 slashing damage plus another 2 radiant.
All right, so a total of 18. Very good. So yeah, you just like smack him. He's like, ah, ow! Like his hand is like gushing blood. And he's just like, Raxenord, protect me! Your faithful servant needs you, Raxenord.
We're the good guys. Stop
Manny's
this.
just like, shut the fuck up and fight harder, Yevgenovich. You got this, buddy. Do it for Raxenord. All right, cool. See you at the clubhouse. And Quinny, he just kind of like looks down at you. He's like, I tell you, the people I've had to surround myself with since you, none of them compare, Quinny. Don't you just want to come back like the old days? We're not so different, you and I. Villain monologue.
We're different in a couple of ways. For example, I know it's Raxavort, you dumb shit.
And he's like, he quickly looks around for a book. He's like, I'll have to look that up, but fuck. All right. You win this one, Brown Barrow. And something changes, Tyler, as you say this. The chainsaw slows, and Yevgenovich turns and gets fucking cranked in the side of the head with the broadside of a sword, but he doesn't even notice. He just turns to look, and he says, hey, yeah. I think Raxenort would know his own name.
I think he would too, Yevgenovich.
And Yevgenovich just like really has a think about it. And he's like, and come to think of it, did you create all of us just so you could hide? Because like I've been thinking about that a lot, and like wait a second. And like puts down the chainsaw, and like Sunscythe like sticks him in the back and just shrugs it off, and he just like stomps petulantly and like peeks up and around, and he's like, wait a minute, you're too tall, you're not in stilts at all. And he just turns around, he's like, my life is a lie. Crazy Yevgenovich's life is a lie. Oh no. God, I came back from the dead and left my beloved Annan. Oh boy. Well, nothing to do but jump, I guess. And he just starts walking towards the balcony.
And it's still waiting for you, buddy.
He like stops on his heels and he's like, what?
Yeah, Annan and a little blue baby.
And his eyes go wide. And he's like, a baby?
Yeah.
I'll name him Raxenord.
That's not okay. And I look back to Manny like, you're both dumb shits.
And he turns around to Sunscythe and he's like, hey, I'm really sorry. I thought I was following my god, but apparently it's just some asshole. I've got a baby to see. And then he picks up the chainsaw and he revs it with his foot. And he's like, who do you need me to kill? I'm on your team now. And Sunscythe is like, your former god, I guess? And he like looks to the rest of you being like, I don't know. Looks to Moonhammer and just shrugs. Yeah, all right. Yeah, sister says, yeah, she's nodding. I kind of owe her
audio
one.
Media, Melissa. Audio media for the podcast.
So with that, he revs the chainsaw and starts to like run towards the stairs. And Manny's like, come on. He was the only one who really thought I was a god. It was really nice. Fucking Quinny. Ruining this for me.
Wait, did Manny just admit that no one else thinks he's a god? He might not be one on a technicality right there, yells Butthole from the first floor.
He is an earned god, so unfortunately he is technically a god, but he's in a gray area, so
yes,
doesn't break any contracts, but it does.
Did he stop glowing? I was really hoping it would work.
No, shut up.
No, I don't think it's a self-confidence thing. We're close, though. We're figuring it out.
Wait, what do you mean?
Shut up.
Now you shut up. Captain Plantier was like, where is my lawyer? Look, darling, we're working on this. So if you could just let us godly men folk work it out here. We're going to figure out this you died and the marriage thing is null thing in a second. Just, wow, these guys have a lot of guts in them. This is, I hate this. Okay. You, and he just points at your spindly lawyer and he's like, motherfucker, I've been looking everywhere for you. And he springs forward and just does the full like Captain Planet fly with his fists out. Moonhammer, you have a split second to react. You're on the ground floor. You've been fighting Manny. Captain Plantier is flying for the lawyer. You don't actually know if the lawyer is of much use anymore, but also the opportunity to hit Captain Plantier is pretty good. But you also don't know if he'll kill you. What do you do?
I'm gonna take. I still got that trident, right? I don't think I gave it up at all.
He didn't take it. He didn't want it. He thought it was shitty.
Okay, sweet. I'm gonna take the.
Oh man, we do have to flag. Moonhammer's still just wearing that butt dress. Let's just continue, but I just want that visual.
You did have a long rest. So, Alyssa, did you continue to wear the butt dress, knowing that one of the butts was deflated?
Well, yeah, it got popped. It got ruined and stuff.
Yeah. So back in the Xena gear.
Yeah,
but
yeah. Back in the
it's packed for later. It's going back to Butthole with her if that works out.
Yeah. I'm keeping the dress. It's in the pack.
Bunny Hop is just carrying around a fucking suitcase full of shit that you've accumulated that you want to keep.
It's going to be a weird day when Bunny Hops becomes Buddy Hops.
There's a bunch of rags, greasy rags there.
There's like a full washboard. All right. So what would you like to do with the trident?
This is my butter rag. This is my stench tube rag. He has on for every version of her parts.
Oh.
So gross.
Fucking ridiculous.
It's so hard to get the anus butter out.
Yeah.
I can't.
This one's for my rectal vapors.
The easiest is the sweet stink air.
This used to be a Dungeons and Dragons show.
Episode 1. Hello, my name is Butthole.
Yeah,
nah, man,
it used
never.
to be for like
Never
a few
once.
seconds. Oh boy! All right, Alyssa, what do you want to do with your trident?
Okay, I'm going to send it like sailing through the air because I want to intercept him going to towards the lawyer.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna just send it. I'm gonna throw it as hard as I can, and I'm gonna. Can I like breathe fart air at it?
Sure. Yep. Power it up.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna power it up with my polluted poop chute. Just send it hard.
All right. Let's.
Can we call
do
this
that.
move the polluted poop shooter?
Yeah. Sure. Why not? I can't stop anything anymore.
Holy shit.
Literally, it's
Holy shit indeed, Tyler.
Yeah. So, Alyssa, go ahead and roll d20 twice. I'm going to get you to add 10 for this
Hearing the
entirely
words.
legal weapon that is, I believe, in Tasha's Cauldron of Everything. I think it's on like page 381. Very
Sometimes
classic.
you wish there were less things in the cauldron.
Yeah, Gary
Pushes
Gygax made
Cauldron of
this one
Everything.
up. Actually, it's a classic weapon. Yep. So go ahead, Alyssa.
Okay. Sorry, I rolled pretty crappy. And I was supposed to add 10 to the best one.
Yep.
Okay, that's 16.
So it's
Before that happens, Butthole Farch, your loyal cleric, looks over and sees what you're doing, and he sees you breathing fart air, and he has his own hellish fart air to add to this conflict. So he just opens his mouth, and you see a hell butthole where his uvula is. It's just like, just like there's a foghorn of a fart, and it just powers the trident and adds 10 to your attack roll. So it goes from 16 to 26.
Holy shit.
that'll do.
I can give that to
Tyler,
anybody within 30
yeah.
feet.
You and we're having the same reaction to all
Yeah,
of this.
except I have to keep talking. You guys can dry heave all you want. I just keep choking it down and be like, onward.
These phrases are literally stinging my eyes.
Yeah, this is That's pretty vile. But I mean, honestly, dear listener, if you're still here after this many episodes of this show, you knew what you were signing up for.
So the Hellfart powered poop shooter
bounces off the side of Captain Planet. Yeah, so it gouges into his side. And Alyssa, can you roll me 2d10, please?
See, he's missing the sixth power of nature, the colon.
2d10s?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want the total?
Yes, please.
15.
Great. And then we're going to add 10 to that. So 25 solid points of damage to Captain Plantier. It's that classic thing where he's like, and the lawyer's like, oh no. And then it's like someone getting hit by a car out of nowhere. Just this like fart power trident just hits him in the side. And he's just like, oh, and he just goes like inverted V and crashes into one of the walls nearby. It probably didn't hurt him too much, but at least it like took him off his trajectory. Also, was Bunny Hops going to make the ultimate sacrifice to protect the lawyer? Yes. So you just saved Bunny Hops' life. He has still done the like Mr. President no jump. Like, no, but there's no one there. So he just arcs quietly and bounces away. And the lawyer is like, thank you, I think. Oh boy. All right. So that brings us to I think we're on Manny.
Yes, because Reginald's after Manny, right?
Yes, correct.
Yeah, so it's Manny.
So Manny's just watching this all just fucking go to hell. He's looking around at his rapidly dwindling kingdom and power. And there are a lot of Quinnies that he's dealing with. And yes, they have threatened to burn the contract. So I mean that's a concern. But given his general inability to determine who is who, he is going to throw chain lightning in the hopes that it may not hit all of them because some of them are reflections, but it'll definitely hit one of them. And he's going to throw this at level 6.
Is this a spell attack or is it a save on my part?
This is I believe it is a spell attack.
It is.
Yep.
Okay, so let me I need to roll something first because this roll.
Oh, sorry, you do need to make a saving throw.
I do need to make a saving.
apologies.
Okay, so then my mirror image stuff doesn't actually factor in.
That's cool. It weirdly did for what he could choose to do because he wasn't sure who to shoot. So you got some benefit from it.
Okay.
All right. Very important dexterity save, my friend.
And it's not a good one. It's a 14.
Oh, Quinny.
So,
sweet Quinny.
Yeah.
In like a surprisingly Palpatine-esque turn, he just throws lightning at you. It's gonna take some time. I gotta roll 10d8. So give me a minute.
So if they all rolled 1, and I used evasion, that's the only way I would survive. So the minute you roll more than a 1 on one of your dice, I'm dead. So you don't need to worry about the others.
I need to see if I overkill you.
Oh, past 75? No, I don't think so.
I don't think I can reach that. That's
No.
a good point. All right. Well, I've got 8, 9, 12, 13, and
You passed 12. I
can't
can't do anything. Yeah.
Yep. So that's a bunch. Just a bunch.
Yeah.
In slow motion, I don't know what song plays as Quinny falls. The lightning arcs through your body. The papers fly up into the air, and you're tossed backward off the cylinder, and he just lightnings you the whole way down. As what plays in slow motion in honor of Zack Snyder's 4-hour cut during the 3.5-hour fall.
It is complete and utter silence. There is no music.
Oh, horrific. Horrific. Everything's just slows. And everyone looks as you're just racked with electricity. And eventually he breaks it off. You hit the ground, and perhaps the saddest thing of all amidst this silence is normally so nimble, so acrobatic. Quinny just fucking hits the ground like a dead weight. and suddenly the diminutive size of his frame is all too apparent as his small body ceases to move. Bringing us to Reginald.
Reginald just hears a thud, but he's reading fucking pages because that's his job. So he's still invisible, and he's going to read a book.
Go for it, pal.
All right. That is a 22.
You find an old treatise on contracts and their wording, and it would seem that the laws of hell are somewhat older than perhaps even Duella understood. And those damn semicolons are in the wrong fucking spot on all these contracts. You now have enough proof to make your case.
Cool. Do I have to get the lawyer to make the case? How do we do this, Tom? We didn't actually discuss the mechanics of once we found the evidence.
I think it's kind of a yell it out loud kind of situation. If it is true, the laws of hell will correct themselves.
Okay, so then I think Reginald will run over to Quinny's body to see if Quinny found research and find the papers that he's got all 5. And then he'll be like,
just roll him over, grab the papers.
All right, all of hell. This is Chief Hell Lawyer Reginald. So here's the deal. Manny's drawing on contracts that aren't his own, and that's problematic. He's also lying, which is bad. Found that out in this precedent right here. He just waves it around the whole room. He's like, he's doing his own research because he's a dick and he knows he's wrong. And then he waves the 2 pages that Quinny found up top. And he's like, last but not least, these semicolons are really fucked up. So I'm thinking, fuck Manny. It's somebody else's turn.
Suddenly Quinny's body leaps into the air, but in a Sam Raimi Deadite way, where all of its joints are clicking and strange. There's a ethereal purple and black fire around it. His mouth drops open and his eyes go black. And you hear a voice just say, "Is this true? One of many faces." And Manny's like, okay, well, I mean, look, the laws are open to a lot of interpretation, but like, look at this guy. He's a fucking reformed coward. You're going to listen to him? Look, we had a deal, my lord. I really don't think we need to look too far into this. And out of Quinny's mouth, the voice of Asmodeus, Lord of all hells, just says, "You know, your mother told me how much of a disappointment you were. And here I was thinking you could follow in my footsteps and take up the family business. But she was right. You are a useless twat. Good luck, son. Go fuck yourself." And suddenly Manny ceases to glow. Quinny's body just like ragdolls to the ground. And with the curse of Asmodeus dropped upon him, Manny becomes mortal. The throne of hell remains open. Seems like someone's got some hammering to do.
This episode of Dum-Dums and Dragons features the voices of Ryan LaPlante at the Ryan LaPlante on Twitter, Tyler Hewitt at Tyler_Hewitt on Twitter, Laura Elizabeth at EL Hamstring on Twitter, our special guest, and our DM Tom McGee at McGeeTD on Twitter. This episode's sound was edited and mixed by Laura Hamstra, and Dum-Dums and Dragons logo is by Decapitated Markers at Decapitated Marker on Twitter. Our theme songs are And Now for That Massive Coronary and Skipping Through the Orchestra Pit Part 1 by Peter Gresser, and our ad music is No Control and Chiefs by Jazzar, JAHZZAR, all available at freemusicarchive.org. When it comes to Dum-Dums and Dice, you can visit our website at dumdumdice.com. Our Twitter and Instagram are at dumdumdice, and on Facebook at facebook.com/dumdumdice. But most importantly, we've got merchandise at redbubble.com/people/dumdumdice, or you can join our Patreon at patreon.com/dumdumdice. That's DUMBDUMBDICE. And tune in next week for more Dum-Dums and Dragons. Dum-Dums and Dice has to give a special thank you to the supreme beings of our Patreon at this time: Christian Menicola, Long, the Half-Blind Prophet, James Cuellar, Charles Grams, Christopher Little, Sue One, George Dolby, One True Artistry, Orion Birchfield, Lord of Bradovic, Noel Lewis, Scott Garland, Anthony Griffin, Chet Awesome Laser, Jordan Neesmith, Benjamin V, Gavin and Abby McDonald, Taryn Hefner, Cade Peters, Richard Cranium, Christian Mendez, Anna Zed, Eric Williams, Logan, Fire Unfriendly, Great Dane, Acrix, Cameron Ezel, Grandma Likes D&D, Pazat, Austin Nut Powers Fry, and Jill and Noel LaPlante. If you want your name to be added to this list, you can join our Patreon too at patreon.com/dumbdumbdice. Thanks to them, and a little bit of thanks to you.